The Cartel, a thrilling novel by Don Winslow published in 2015, serves as the second installment in the Power of the Dog series. It delves into the Mexican-American drug war, spanning the years 2004 to 2014, and offers a gripping, violence-laden narrative that is meticulously researched. The real-life backdrop of the conflict is grim, with around 80,000 lives lost, and it is this horrifying reality that Winslow weaves into his tale. Winslow sparingly fictionalizes actual atrocities, leaving readers deeply affected by the relentless violence and harrowing scenes of murder and torture. Even those who commend the book acknowledge feeling disturbed and moved to tears by these depictions. Characters within the story suffer brutalization before meeting unimaginable deaths, as they navigate a plot that presents individuals devoid of compassion and humanity. Yet, this portrayal is a reflection of the actual suffering endured by people caught in this vicious cycle. The narrative commences in 2004, introducing Art Keller, the series' anti-hero and a superagent for the DEA. Keller has grown weary of the life that cost him the love of his life. Over the past 30 years, he has pursued a personal vendetta against Don Barrera, the leader of El Federación, an alliance formed by the most influential drug cartels worldwide. Barrera draws inspiration from Joaquin Guzman, the former head of the Sinaloan cartel. In addition to his professional obligation to dismantle Barrera's operation, Keller seeks revenge for Barrera's brutal execution of his partner. In the preceding novel, Power of the Dog, Keller appeared to achieve victory by imprisoning Barrera. When the cartel unfolds, Keller has resigned from the DEA and retreated to a monastery, finding solace in beekeeping. However, his respite is short-lived, as circumstances conspire to release him from this self-imposed imprisonment. Following Barrera's extradition to Mexico, mirroring the escape tactics of Guzman, he promptly flees and resumes his criminal activities. During his absence, El Federación's alliances crumble, leading to an all-out war among the various factions. Consequently, Barrera must rebuild his Sonoran cartel from scratch. Keller, once again emerging from retirement, sets his sights on capturing Barrera. Meanwhile, a new and even more ruthless drug power emerges in Mexico, the Zetas, characterized by their brutality, nihilism, and senseless violence. Led by the ex-military commander Heriberto Ochoa, who draws inspiration from the sadistic figure Heriberto Lascano, the Zeta leaders train their members like soldiers. Their tactics include horrific acts such as decapitations, dismemberment, and burning victims alive, aiming to instill terror in their rivals, the government, the police, and the general populace. Furthermore, they revel in the extreme violence, deriving pleasure from the horror it evokes in ordinary people. Don Winslow's talent for crafting memorable characters shines through in this novel, despite the fact that many of them meet their demise shortly after their introduction. Among the standout side characters is 11-year-old Chewy, whose initiation into the cartel lifestyle involves shooting a man in the head with an AR-15. Chewy's world, barely touched by adolescence, rapidly becomes entangled with drugs, hostage decapitations, and indulgence in carnal pleasures with cartel groupies. Another significant character is Pablo Mora, a journalist based in Juarez, who possesses a deep love for his country and city. Despite the immense danger his reporting entails, Pablo adamantly refuses to abandon his post. Ultimately, he willingly sacrifices himself to save his son from the clutches of the Zetas. Winslow also incorporates depictions of numerous courageous women in the narrative, ordinary citizens who willingly jeopardize their safety and lives in order to confront the cartels. Their bravery serves as a counterbalance to the unrelenting violence portrayed in the book. Driven by an overwhelming desire for revenge, Keller dedicates a decade of his life to bringing down Barrera once again. His pursuit takes him on a journey from Mexico to Guatemala, to Washington, D.C., and even to European cities like Berlin and Barcelona. As Keller progressively loses touch with his humanity and core values, his motivations become unclear, leaving readers to question whether he is driven by a pursuit of justice or something far more sinister. The extensive time span of the story ensures a plethora of twists and turns, though some critics find them to be repetitive. Alliances among various groups crumble, resulting in betrayals, and meetings between leaders of rival cartels often lead to immediate hostilities or temporary peace agreements that prove unsustainable. Regardless of the circumstances, the situation consistently descends into war, chaos, and massacres. Ultimately, Keller makes a series of choices that reveal his transformation from an anti-hero with a healthy disregard for authority to a ruthless murderer who sees no alternative in handling the predicament he finds himself in. After a forced collaboration with Barrera to neutralize the Zeta threat, Keller opts to execute Barrera instead of apprehending him. The potential for redemption for Keller emerges in the third novel of the series, The Border, where the narrative explores the emergence of a new threat stemming from the power vacuum left in the wake of Barrera and Ochoa's demise, the surge in the flow of heroin and other opiates. I hope you enjoyed this video. Leave a like if you did and be sure to subscribe. Thank you.